Yeah, go ahead.
Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 7 stream. My name is Adam. I'm the community manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, and not pictured on your screen, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with. We've got to go back. The New York Rangers 1949-1950 season continued. Jeff, this team sucked when we took them over, and now they've sucked slightly less.
Yeah, well, I mean,
What have we been doing?
the nice thing is about having the first draft pick in 1949 is getting Jean Beliveau. And actually got Bernie Jeffrey on too, so we've stolen two key parts of the Habs dynasties from the 60s, or the 50s rather. So we can get this, well, 50s and 60s, and we can start to get this team turned around. How are we doing this season?
We're doing okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Not great. We're 6 games
didn't really
under
expect to be in
500.
a playoff spot, but we're just clinging to the last one, so that's a little better than we thought we'd do. Not getting a ton of individual production from anybody. When I was Beliveau was hurt, missed a few games, but you can see he's number one. Pentti Lund, who was the rookie of the year last year, is still producing surprisingly because this is what he did in real life. He was actually the NHL, won the Calder in real life as well in 48-49, and then just sort of never really improved after that. Held steady for a couple of seasons, gradually tailed off, and was out of the league before he was 28.
Isn't a terrible career for a guy at this time.
Yeah, well, but hopefully we can keep him around a little longer than that, or at least get a few more good seasons out of him. He's 2.5 stars now, and we'll probably won't get a whole lot better.
Yep. And Jeff talked about being in a playoff spot. You got to love this time in the NHL when there's 6 teams and 4 of them make the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, still better than the 80s when you had 16 out of 21 making it. But I think we'll just might as well
No,
get
this is
rolling
still
right
a
now.
higher percent, I think, in
67 versus
66.
16 out of 21. Well, 66.6 repeating if you want to be
All right,
technical.
hold on. 16 out of 21. My brain is hurting right now. It's been a long day, Jeff.
It's a little short of 80.
Calculator says, yeah, 76%. So
Yeah.
76% so okay, it was better in the 80s. My bad.
And we have now dropped 3 in a row to the Leafs. So, oh, the other thing
Oh, that's
we got to be aware
awful.
of here is the NHL trading deadline is about 9 days away. So we may want to
Excellent.
look at that. I'm gonna we're trying to move this a little faster than we normally would go on Adam streams where we get into a little more in depth. But this is sort of to show the longer term development of the team, and we finally beat the Hawks 3-2. And I think now we'll wait a little bit more. Yeah, we're starting to see the first trades. Ed Slawinski to the Leafs. Hawks get a pick. And can we beat the Leafs this time?
And I miss it too. Laszlo 1553 also said hello in the chat. So hello, Laszlo. Thanks for coming out.
And we get a 5-0 shutout.
Excellent.
Beliveau 3 assists. Chuck Rayner with a shutout. And we did manage to hurt somebody, though. Lauren Ferguson is lacerated hand 2 weeks. And Tony Leswick, who got hurt near the end of the last game. He's going to be hurt for 1 or 2 months, but he is healthy enough to play, so I'm just going to give him the occasional game because he's going to wear down pretty quickly.
Disturbing trade in my game.
Send this, and I think we're almost at the deadline. And another 3-2 win for us. Where does that put us in the standings? Still, yeah, about a 6-point gap on the Hawks. 5 points back to the Leafs, so if we had actually won those games, we might even be in third place right now. And now Beliveau climbing up the scoring leaders in his rookie year, 5th overall.
All right, not bad.
And did Leswick naturally got hurt even worse, 2 to 3 weeks with a sprained wrist. So Ferguson, despite the minor injury, goes back in. And I think that will overwrite the other injury. So I think the other one may be gone when we get back. But he's not. Actually, he should go on the injured list for now. And we should grab somebody from, was it New Haven? Yeah, New Haven.
The Ramblers.
Yeah. Who's ready? Adam Brown, who played a few games for us last year. JP Lamarand hasn't been up. And Leo Lucchini, who I think we signed as a free agent. Well, yeah, might as well bring Lucchini up. He's the youngest of them, so he might get a little more development out of there. That 1.5 stars that he's got left for potential.
Oh, man.
What?
There are some good guys on the trade block.
Are we at that? No, 31st.
In my game, ooh, you could beef up the defense with a good trade.
I looked right before we started and I didn't see any then, so maybe things are developing a little differently in yours, but we'll see what's. Oh, yeah, then we did add some. I remember we made some changes to add guys to the trading block right before it happens. So.
The crazy thing I already saw was Turk Broda got traded to the Red Wings.
No, they don't need to get any better. And trade deadline is today, and we don't have any moves yet, I don't think.
I'm curious if this guy's on your trade block or not.
Let me have a look. Oh, Doug Harvey is on the trading block out of Montreal. That's surprising.
Yeah, that's you kind of got to go for that. That would beef up our defense and continue to dismantle the Montreal juggernaut.
On the other hand, Chicago's also trying to move Bill Gadsby, who's 3 years younger than Harvey. Not quite as good, but still 4.5.
The great Gadsby.
Yeah.
Try and get them both.
Don't think we got the assets to get both of those guys.
Just trade a first-round pick in one and a second-round pick. Who's in this next draft? 1950.
It's a weak one.
Perfect time to dump draft picks.
Yeah. But I'm going to try for Gadsby first, I think. So we definitely need defensive depth. What do I do here?
All right, I guess
I'd want to move an older defenseman. What do the Hawks need? Weakness at right defense and goalie. This may be where our extra goalie thing may work out here. Because we got Bauer on the farm. We got Worsley backing up. If I throw Worsley in.
Wouldn't it be better to send Johnny Bauer since he's 5 years older?
Yeah, but Rainer's going to be in there, our goalie, for another 4 or 5 years, and Bauer is going to have a long career because he played until he was in his 40s.
Didn't Worsley play till he was 40?
Yeah, not quite as long. Well, Bauer was, I think, still regular at like 45, 46.
Okay.
So I get well balanced if I offer Egan Worsley and a third rounder for Gadsby.
If you offered just Worsley, let's make this trade. Just Worsley.
Well, let's try it.
Question: does the draft
set they did it.
Agency? Question from Aussie Mate: why does the draft set after free agency starts? And Riff Flyers answered in the chat. So they get the expansion draft.
Yeah, before where we had it before, where you had to do the expansion draft at the end of the previous year. Or where we did the regular draft at the end of the previous year, expansion teams could never take part in it. So we can't do that. But I think I'm going to probably make some changes to the way free agency works. And so it'll be mechanically a little more similar to it is in real life if the dates don't, even though the dates don't exactly line up. I'd give the teams a negotiation period up to the draft and then allow free agent signing after that. But we'll see. That's probably something for next year.
Okay. No, Rip Flyers, I have no problem with you answering questions in the chat.
No, yeah,
I know you know your stuff. Yeah, exactly. If I offer just our first round pick for Doug Harvey, you can make that trade too.
Yeah, we're really strip mining Canadians.
Well, how is that not worth it? We bulk up our defense for our backup goalie and a first round pick.
First rounder this year?
Yes.
Actually, I'll try.
You could try offering a
Let me
second.
look at our. Let me double check that draft list for next year. It's mostly Russians, which I'm just going to strip it down to Canadians. Will be. Yeah. Oh wow, that's bad. Larry Papine, Joe Crozier. Yeah, this was pretty much like I thought it would be. There's just not much left at all. When Vic Howe was one of the better prospects.
Well, Vic Howe was a decent player.
Not really. Here's his career.
I know
33
he wasn't a
games.
great player, but he wasn't a bad player. Mostly a minor leaguer.
The fourth best player in the Howe family.
Dickie Moore might be in this draft or the next one. I can't tell.
Next one, I think I didn't see him on the list. Okay.
He debuted in 51, 52.
What was I doing? Oh, I was trying to get Harvey.
But I don't know what year he actually all connected. Dick Irvin, too. Dick Irvin Jr., I guess. Well, that's
Dick
weird.
Irvin. He's way too old to be in that.
Dick Irvin Jr.
Let's see.
Might be about the right age. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is so terrible. Let's try it.
I mean, listen, if you could draft Doug Harvey in the first round, would you not do that?
Yep.
Anyways,
And they took the trade, so we've now really shored up our defense, fixed that problem. And
you need to call up a goalie.
I need to call up a goalie, and we got too many defensemen now. Let's see if we can get something for one of our older guys. Try Babe Pratt. Montreal wants to offer 34-year-old Bobby Bauer, who was, I think, retired in real life by this point. No, minor leaguer from the Bruins. Old minor leaguer from the Hawks. Another old minor leaguer from the Wings. So no, not getting any offers on.
What did you want? Sorry, young defenseman?
I think we're covered for young defensemen now. I'm just trying to move out one of our older guys. See if I can get any offers.
You could manually trade somebody probably. I was gonna say you should probably add another goalie.
Yep.
Just taking a quick look. John Sofik? Is that how you say that? 2.5 star potential. Just gonna sort by
I think I'll just take
goalies.
Jean Marois, who's kind of it's 1.5 stars right now. It's easy. It's being the fourth goalie, so we'd have to be in serious trouble if we ever actually used him.
Crazier things have happened. Literally, Vegas's first year, they were down to using what? WHL goalie.
Okay, and Marois signs with us and can go to the minors, assuming he doesn't get picked up. Still got that. Oh, great. Kalita's injured. What happened to him? Oh, just conjunctivitis day to day. So that'll clear up fast enough.
So, who are you trying to trade? Remind me again. Defenseman.
Yeah.
No, who did you want to trade?
I've tried a couple. I've tried Mo. I've tried Pratt. Oh, right. We've got Colville playing back defense. That's just because we were running so low on defensemen. So he's not really a defenseman. So I'm going to switch his position back to.
And that switches off how many defensemen you have, too, I guess.
Still way too many. I got 9 defensemen up and got one more player than over our roster limit.
Okay, hold on a second here.
I think maybe I'll just send Jack Evans down for the moment. He played with us all last year. Although I'm trying to, I mean, he is going to stay with us a while because he's got that 2.5 star potential. Maybe I just send Mo down. He's only 1 star. He's not going to get any better.
All right, hold on. Pratt.
I think I'm just going to put Mo down. Three 8 defenseman. And who will we dress?
Okay, you could.
Gadsby.
Oh no, wait,
Harvey,
never mind. That's basically a swap.
Evans. Am I going to sit Pratt or am I going to? Yeah, I guess I would have to. Who is interested in Pratt again? Bruins, Canadians, Hawks, and Wings. Bruins are the worst. Are going to have the highest draft picks, so.
I couldn't get them to bite on a draft pick offer at all. Were over 70 contracts in your game?
I'll check in a second. A third rounder? Nope, not even close. Yeah, Pratt is just too old. We're not going to get.
Because I'm sitting at 66 contracts in my.
Yeah, even
on my
fourth
side.
rounder, nothing. They're just not going to do it. I am at. Yeah, 66. A lot of those will drop off after next season, I think. Although we need to get Bauer re-signed. I'll do that right now. And anybody else? Gadsby is expiring. I mean, we will still hang on to the rights of these guys, even if the contract's expired. This is before real free agency. And we got two of the old guys, Pratt and Colville, are expiring. I'm not going to worry about renewing those right now. And I should mention, you didn't say it earlier, but this is still, we're testing a couple of new builds. This is version, we're up to 7.3.117 now. Added a couple of things in. I don't think, nothing that you're going to be able to see in this game if I think about it. No, but got a couple of new features added in and fixed some various stuff. So we're just testing that at the moment. Do I need to make any lineup changes? Colville come in? No, he sits. So I've got this in debug mode right now. And I guess I'll leave Pratt
Which is
out.
why you might see numbers.
Yeah. Like the on the messages there, the 12-112 is just a internal code that tells me what the ID for that news item is in case we need to fix the text for it. Makes it a lot easier for me to find. And, oh crap, Marawa, who we just signed and sent down, was taken on waivers.
Of course he was.
Numbers.
Because who got him? Toronto?
Bruins.
I guess you can go sign somebody else then.
Yeah, who's next? And looks like the best one out there is Marcel Felice. Long-time minor leaguer, played a very little bit in the NHL. And is he? He's also waiver exempt, so that's good news.
Aussie Mate says, does Seattle or Vegas expansion draft have the correct rules in place for protection?
Seattle or Vegas?
Vegas, I believe, does.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a perfect representation of them. Some of the things like the rules that where they had to expose a certain number of players with X amount of experience, that's a little that wasn't something we were able to do, but we get as close as we can with them.
But the current build, there is a slight adjustment that needs to be made for Seattle.
What's that?
Well, Vegas is still being included for one, Jeff.
Oh, right. That's fixed in this.
There's a couple things. Yeah.
It's actually fixed in this build.
Yes, but not to the public yet.
Yeah.
So there's a couple adjustments coming in the next update, which is still a little bit away, but not too far in the distance.
Okay, I'm going to try keeping Raleigh, Bellevue, and Jeffrey on together and try to develop some chemistry there. Yeah, Harvey and Gadsby are in a 1-2 pair, so I think we're making the playoffs this year, although we're not going to have much in the way of decent drafting this year, but still.
We beefed up our defense.
And 5-1 win after that. How'd the new guys do? A decent game from both of them. Gadsby is +1. Harvey 1 assist. Also +1. And okay-ish game ratings. And got another winger injured. Strained gluteus for Nick McCoskey. Cheney in for him. Oh, board confidence update. And reasonably happy. How's our job security looking? Still green. That's good. And Montreal, I'm just simming through the games because we're trying to move this one game along a little quicker than we normally do. If we get into the playoffs, and it's looking like we will, I'll probably watch those. Injury situation. No, we're still waiting on a few guys. Shut out by the Wings, 4-0. Their Wings are going to give us a lot of problems in this game, I think.
Oh, did they trade for Turk Broda in your game too?
Don't think so. I didn't see any significant trades other than ours, actually. Nope, still Harry Lumley in goal.
Couple days before it. No trade deadline in mine.
Broda's still in Toronto, and Toronto how'd they get Jacques Plante? Oh, he was a draft pick this year. That's right.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he was in the last draft and we didn't take him because we didn't need him.
I think that we took Jeffrey on instead, didn't we? He went in the first round because we took Bellevue first overall. And
I thought
we
Plante went in the second round.
Don't think so. Double check.
I'm checking right now. I'm checking. It's okay.
No, he was 5th overall first round.
Right. He was the mock pick to go first, and he fell all the way to 5th.
No, we didn't need a goalie. Okay, Kalita is healthy. Cheney out, Kalita in, Ferguson. Jack Gordon is playing well enough that I don't want to put Colville back in. Rest of that looks okay. Oh, I should take a look at the training for... Yeah, Harvey's got everything checked. Gadsby, and we haven't dropped below 10 anywhere. Yeah, that's fine.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Why is it important to stay over 10, Jeff, for someone who's watching the stream for the first time?
That's the coaching bonus. If you start dropping below 10, I mean, it's arbitrary, but the bonus gets less significant the more guys you spread across. So 10 is a reasonable balance. And shut out again by the Wings. Bad enough we're playing against them. Wow, we've slipped behind, we're now tied with Chicago, and we've got a game in hand. McCoskey almost back, and we got the Bruins tonight, so I think we should be able to get a win here. Nothing tie.
Riff Flyer says, I heard Jacques Plante is a pretty good goalie in the chat with a laugh. But I mean, he is a Flyers fan, so I'm not sure he knows what a good goalie is either.
Ouch. And another winger injury. Doug Fisher this time, 1 to 2 weeks with the bruised elbow. So, how's close is Leswick? Leswick is not quite ready yet, so Lucchini goes back in.
Riff Flyer in the chats. Well, that's rude. And of course, I'm talking about a chat on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/OOTP Developments that we are currently streaming on. But of course, we are also streaming on our Steam page right now.
Yeah.
If you're watching and wonder who we're chatting with. Of course, we're watching both pages if you have any questions.
Yeah. And 4-2 win over Montreal. Lund gets 3 points. And we should maybe get, no, not quite healthy yet. Got another game against Toronto. And the Leafs beat us 3-2. Closer this time, but still not enough. Okay, there we go. Leswick is healthy again. So, and McCoskey is back as well. So Lucchini out, McCoskey, and who did I have dressed here? Stanowski's got a minor injury, just facial cut, no big deal. Who do I scratch here? Ferguson, I guess, the rookie. And Lucchini can go back down to New Haven. Not going to need him for a while. Hopefully. And yeah, I got the veteran line first. Looks like a reasonable setup. Couple of news items just announcing the injury returns. And first game against the Hawks, who were fighting for the playoff spot. And we wind up losing 5-2 to them. So that's probably knocked us back out, has it? Yes, it has. We're 1 point behind with a game in hand. But we got Chicago
Flyers in the chat says, I think I've asked this before on the forum, but is there a waiver notifications in the works? I mean,
if there's a good player on waivers, you've got this option here. When a player is available in waivers, you can set the minimum level. If anybody shows up as a 2-star that's currently 2 stars or better, it will we'll get a notification that just says interesting player available on waivers, and then we can go take a look. Because it's better to have it that way than otherwise having to keep going back to the home screen there and looking at the waivers. Oh, somebody was injured. That's right. Now Stanowski got hurt a little worse, day-to-day hip injury. So Pratt finally gets back into the lineup.
Red Flyer says, okay, well then. I'm dumb then, never mind. You're not, again, it's something we added
last year, I think it was. Early last year.
I was going to say FHM 5, I think, but it might have been last year.
Oh, maybe it was, maybe it was late 5. And there we go, 3-1 win against the Hawks, and we should be back into a playoff spot. Yep. And the Leafs beat us again. Who are we looking at in the first round if we get this playoff spot? Oh, great, the Wings. We are getting shut out way too much. Bruins just did it to us.
Apparently we need to score more. Time to change tactics.
That's some real insight there, Adam. We need to score more.
Score more. Yes, absolutely. I mean, you usually give me great advice, so I just want to pass it right back to you.
Nice development report. Some of the younger guys, Hergesheimer, who's still got a high potential, but he's still stuck at 1 star. Frank Bathgate, Andy's older brother, younger brother, 29, I think older by a year. Belleville gets a couple of points. And Harvey and Jeffrey on as well. Oh, Jeffrey on is up to 2 stars now. He's moving up fast. And 4-2 loss to the Wings. Board confidence update, pretty much the same as last time. Although he's not happy about the recent performance. Yeah, it's still well into the green. Team chemistry is good. That's good. And Stanowski appears to be back. Yes, he is. Fitness okay? Yeah. Anything else I want to change here? Don't think so. See, it's
Just
still
all offensive.
yeah. You see, it's still how young the team is. All the asterisks for the rookies, particularly in the forwards. Two tie against the Bruins, and we can't even tank for a draft pick this year because we traded it.
Oh, come on. That was a great trade.
It was, but still. And finally, we beat the Leafs 4-1. Don Raleigh with a couple of assists in the first star. Can we get 2 in a row now against the Hawks? Yes, we can. 4-0 shutout for Rayner. Solidifying our playoff spot. That goes by a little too quickly. Check. So how are we? Yeah, 4 points up on the Hawks now, but 10 points back at the Leafs. So we're going to be getting that. Oh, good God, look at the Wings. 92 points, 28 points in first. Now who's hurt? Oh, great. Doug Harvey. Minor facial cut. Nothing serious. Pratt can go into his spot for 1 game. What? Oops, did that wrong. And Wings beat us 4-1, which is probably a preview of how the playoffs are going to go. Doug Harvey not quite back yet. I don't want to rush him. And back to losing against the Leafs. And how about Montreal? 4-3 win. Ed Coleman from 2 points from the third line. Come on, Harvey. How bad can that cut be? Shutout 4-0 by Boston. Harvey is almost back now. And he's back just in time to play the Canadiens. Who we promptly lose to 3-2.
Apparently we can't catch a break.
Well, we can try again because we got them the next night. They're starting their backup Al Rollins, but he beats us 4-1. Chicago any better? Nope. 3-2 loss to Chicago. So are we back in trouble again? And we are. We're 2 points out of a playoff spot. Chicago's got a game in hand. We may not make this. Try that. And shutout 3-0 by the Wings. We are going to miss the playoffs.
Our team's very upset about trading our backup goalie. He was the backbone.
And we get a 2-1 win to close out the season, but that will not be good enough because the Hawks had a little run, I guess, at the end, and they finished 4 points ahead of us. Penty Lund, 3rd place in the league in goals. Better than expected. So maybe his career is going to go a little better in this game. And no, we didn't make it. Did we get any award nominees? Chuck Rayner for the Vezina. A little surprising because he was kind of down in the stats a ways. And 2 Rookie of the Year candidates for the Calder. Jean Beliveau, Swedish player in Montreal, and Nick McCoskey actually got a nomination. Anywhere else? Edgar Laprade for the Bing. And that is it. Oh, we've actually, yeah, this is new. I think we've listed if your team has the scouting report will tell you what the top free agents available for any particular weakness you have are.
Sorry, there's a question in our Steam chat, from Thunder 175, who said, "What version is being broadcast in it? Version 113 or a dev version?"
It's a dev version, 7.3.117. So we're about 4 builds ahead of you right now.
Yep, we're currently working on the next update.
Yeah, and I should take a look as the playoffs are happening. The contract situation, if there's any young guys. 1 star, don't care. Yeah, might as well sign him. 1 star, half a star, even worse. See, some of these guys get cleared out. I might as well re-sign some of the veterans. Oh, Colva doesn't want to sign with us. Well, tough. It's 1940 or 1950. You're not going anywhere. Yeah, see, this is going to clear out a lot of those contracts that we don't really need. Does Pratt? Yes, Pratt. He wants a no trade clause? Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
No trade clause in 1950. Yep. I think that just means you get immediately traded.
I'll offer him for slightly more money. Dude, no, you're not getting a no trade clause. Okay, we'll talk to you again after your contract runs out.
Just trade away his rights. That would be the very Jack Adams thing to do. You don't like it, trade them away.
Yeah, a lot of guys expiring this year. And I need very few of them. Oh, Harvey was expiring. How did I miss that? Oh, Wilson, good prospect. Definitely want to sign him again. Is there anybody on the protected list we don't have signed right now? I could probably cut them loose. Nope, they're all signed.
Train tickets are expensive. He can hitchhike his way there.
And Montreal actually took a game off the Wings.
Good for Montreal.
Two games off them, but Detroit is up 3-2 right now, and the Leafs up on the Hawks 3-2 as well. And yeah, Detroit and the Leafs both win in 6 games. So the 1 and 2 overall. Who is the defending champion anyhow? It's the Wings. So Howe's only 20 and they've got a dynasty going already.
As it should be.
Up 2-1 over the Leafs. And the Wings win in 5 games this year. So let's see, that's 2 in a row after breaking up the Leafs 2 in a row. Scouting update, nothing really interesting. Development report. Okay, good. Larry Wilson finally took a step forward. Belleville continuing to develop steadily, up to 3 stars. And yeah, see a bunch of the minor league. Ooh, there's some of the older guys in our main rosters. Oh, see, geez, look at that. Lund loses point off of passing, point off of shot blocking. So he's 24 and he's declining already.
That's not great.
And award ceremony. Go through this. This is one of the new things we added for FH7 this year. Richard gets the Hart. Gordie Howe gets the Smythe.
By the way, Jeff, I forgot. Did you see any highlights
Of?
the Boston Rangers game?
I did not.
With
John Belleville winning the Calder for us.
With a minute left in the third period in the game 2-2, Tuukka Rask took off for the bench.
Why?
That is the question that everybody wants to know.
What did the guys at the bench do?
Turned him around and said, "Get back to the bench."
Oh, good God.
He was kind of laughing at himself. He's just like, started going, and he's just like, okay.
If the
And
play
then they're
turned
like,
around on him, that wouldn't have been laughing.
to the bench. Go back. Go back. Coaches just, no, go away. Oh, yeah, right. The first comment I saw on Twitter was somebody going, he's so used to them being down.
We got a small problem here, Adam.
Oh, no, you got fired.
I got fired. Well, then.
After you pulled off those great trades, you got fired?
We've set this team up for a dynasty. Come
Wow.
on. That's brutal. I mean, okay, we were terrible last year. We weren't that good this year.
Jeff, it's time to just stop and create a new expansion team and destroy the NHL with a new expansion team.
Oh, man. That's
Just because.
depressing. Okay, I gotta.
All right, you have seen history again here. Keep note. Jeff has now been fired twice on streams.
Is it only twice? It might be a third time. How many times has it happened to you?
Never. Haven't been fired once.
Are you sure about that?
100% sure.
I'm somewhat less sure.
Gooder, you can be my witness. You've been here a long time.
Okay, well, let's just play this around, and we got 50 minutes to kill, so I'm going to run through a couple of seasons really quickly, and we'll see how the Rangers do. I'm not going to try to continue this one.
What you're saying is in 2 weeks' time, you will be back with a new stream.
Yeah. Going to have to figure something else out. Because apparently if I put myself back into the game, somebody will give me no end of crap about it. So not going to do that again.
Well, I know what
the draft go.
Thank you for making it easy.
Oh, actually, this draft was better than I thought it would be.
Easier to write the promo for this. Yeah. What was the draft?
Oh wow, our pick. Oh, Canadians got. I think that's Eddie Litzenberger with our pick, but they got Harry Howell as well. And Leo Bovan. Oh, they had three first rounders, Leo Bovan and the third one. So Montreal actually kind of reloaded pretty well here. And Andy Bathgate somehow fell down to the Rangers for the second round pick. And the Bruins bizarrely take Jerry Foley first overall. Wow, that's a bad one.
No, I mean, it's good that Bathgate's playing for the Rangers. That's where he should be.
Okay, so what I will do is flip that to do not disturb mode, and we can just tear through this whole season. You guys can see how fast this goes. I'll run up to the playoffs.
Watch what happens when they win the Stanley Cup in the first season without you.
I do not think so. I really hope so. At least
that totally won't happen. It better not happen.
They're in second place to start the season. They briefly in first. 12-6-3.
It's going to happen.
They are having a very strong year. Second overall, just behind the Wings.
It's going to happen.
But I still don't think they're beating Gordie Howe this year.
When Jeff just shuts down the stream at the end, we don't do the exit. You'll know why.
So how did they do? Regular season. Oh, well, look, this Detroit is so dominant. The only other team in the league that's 500 was the Rangers.
That's amazing. Detroit just beating up everybody.
Okay, and so Beliveau, big year. Jeffreyon's had his breakthrough year too, 60 points. Raleigh, the other keeper, looks like they've kept them together. Harvey, another 60-point year. Doesn't look like they made much in the way of changes. Just guys moving up and down mostly. Looks like, they made a couple of stupid trades at the deadline. Gave away a first rounder and a second rounder, although their first rounder is going to be fairly low. Now they made a few deals. Shuffled guys around mostly. But that losing the first rounder was dumb. Okay. And up to the awards. And what's happening? I saw they made the finals. Tell me no. Yeah, 4-2. Detroit beats them in the final. It's my team, damn it. It's my team that did that. I built that team.
So does that mean you're going to get hired in Pittsburgh?
I feel like Brian Burke watching the Canucks in 2010. And Berkey's back in the league. How about that, eh?
That's the biggest surprise.
Yep.
And we haven't talked about that. I'm happy to see Ron Hextall get a chance. Guys clearly got a good GM. Just
any Rangers in the awards? Howe with another heart. Red Sullivan, Montreal breaks the Rangers run of Calder winners. And Wings domination again. And we've still got 10 minutes to go, so I can probably squeeze another season in.
Just want to really burn it in when they do actually win it here. Have you even got another job offer? I forgot that.
I put on Do Not Disturb, so it's skipping over him if I do.
I know, that's why I just wondered if you peeked through things.
And amateur draft, kind of a weaker year. Claude Provost. Well, Rangers, wow. Rangers didn't have anything before the third round. And just Don Head, a third string goalie.
Well, when you said they traded away their first and second round picks at the deadline.
I think it was the first and the third, but they picked up a few others from, maybe they traded those too. They literally had one pick in that draft. Although it was only 24 picks long total.
Well, they finished in second. They don't really need.
Okay, run up the playoffs. And see short. Oh, there's an Olympics somewhere in this, wasn't there? When was the first post-war Olympics? 48? No, maybe not till. It might be this season. Hang on.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, February 15th, 1952. It's coming up. Should really add the international tournaments as a play two option. Rangers briefly in first, giving Detroit a pretty good run for their money this year.
52 was in Helsinki. I was trying to think where it was.
I'll check them at the end of November after the tournament's over and see how that did.
Winter Olympics was in Oslo. Back when the Olympics were in the same year to confuse everybody.
And what happened in the Olympics? Finland surprisingly wins it. Czechoslovakia silver, Switzerland bronze. Wow, Canada.
Canada won. Canada won gold in the real life 52 Olympics.
Yeah. Harry Allen, former Bruin farmhand, leads the tournament in goals, but this was the last tournament before the Soviets came in. So we should have won medal there while we had a chance, but apparently not.
Well, maybe you should have been controlling the team.
That would have been a thought about 5 minutes ago. And looks like the Rangers are finishing third here. And playing the Wings in the first round, and looks like they got knocked out in the first round that time. Go back and check. Yeah, swept in the first round by the Wings. Who'd they replace me with anyhow? I saw it, but I don't remember. Buck Boucher, little brother of Ranger legend Frank Boucher, and Charlie Conacher coaching. So what's the roster looking like? Oh, what'd they do with Bauer? Not wildly changed from my team. That's still the core, and other than Bathgate coming along, so now they've got potentially a Bathgate, Jeffrey on Belleville first line, all Hall of Famers. And where did Johnny Bauer go? Traded him to Boston, apparently.
Making his way all over the league.
For a minor leaguer named Bob Solinger. And Gadsby and Harvey, not surprising. Oh, Harvey's the captain now. Bellows got one of the A's. Any awards for him at least? Howe with the heart again. Nope, nothing for the Rangers. And I think we got enough time to sneak in one more just to see if Detroit can get 5 cups in a row. Anything interesting to know? Yeah, that's not a good draft at all. That's probably the worst one we've seen so far. Few second, third line types, no real superstar at all. Naturally, the Rangers hung on to their pick in this one. Junior Langlois for the first one. Brian Kilray, who's a better coach than he was a player. And a couple of guys that probably aren't going to go anywhere. So let's see if we'll give the Rangers one more chance at winning the cup without me.
Oh, here we go. I just saw a comment now from Tuukka Rask. I honestly thought we were down 2-1.
Way to concentrate on the game, Tuukka. Oh, wow. Bad season for the Rangers. They're slipping way back. That's surprising. They're 5th place. They're struggling to make the playoffs. What went wrong with them this year? They finally got ahead of Chicago. Yeah, just barely squeezed in, but they're going to get crushed by the Wings in the first round. What went wrong with that team this year? Injury to Stanowski. Where's Doug Harvey? Doug Harvey fractured his hip. There we go, in November. That probably had a lot to do with it. So they were without their captain, best defenseman for a chunk of the season. Lou Fontinato, real-life Ranger, wound up on the team. Wow, Frank Mather's surprisingly fourth best. Well, I guess that's because Harvey was out. Fourth leading scorer. Bathgate developing well. Yeah, the core of the team's still there. Did they? Oh, looks like they fired Charlie Conacher as coach and brought in King Clancy. That must have happened this season. And let's see how long they last in the playoffs. I don't expect it'll be. Wings Leafs final, and did the Wings get 5 cups in a row? Yes, they do. Took them to Game 7, but they did it. How'd that Game 7 go? A 3-1 win for the Wings at home. And Red Kelly with the cup-winning goal. And King Clancy, who was taken over for Conacher, got fired at the end of the season. And they brought in Joe Primo, former Leaf, another former Leaf. But yeah, I think that is where we're going to wind this one up, and probably the end of this save. So I'm going to have to figure out something else to do in 2 weeks' time. Maurice Richard took over the all-time NHL point scoring lead.
Excellent. Well, we'll give it some thought. If you have any suggestions for Jeff, of course, you can post on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/franchise-hockey-manager, and send a message there. Or, of course, you can reach out to us on our Twitter, which is @franchise-hockey as well. Just continuing our wind-up, because it seems about that time. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. You can also find our streams archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments as well. Besides that, we have an official Discord where there's a link in the game or in our Twitter bio. You can come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will bring you to official forums, where you can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager 7, Out of the Park Baseball, Perfect Team, Out of the Park Go, or anything else you want to discuss. Jeff, did I miss anything?
No, I got pretty much covered it. If you haven't picked up the game yet, you may want to look at Steam tomorrow. Not that I know of anything that might be happening tomorrow on Steam that would say reduce the price of the game by 10%. But maybe worth having a look. If
you're watching this on YouTube, you could already be too late.
Yeah, it's not going to be. If theoretically there was a sale coming up, it's going to be a quick one. What was I going to say now? I lost it. Yeah. As I said, we're still testing the new update. It's going to be a while before that's out because we're adding a couple of things, and I think we're still probably a good 3 weeks or so out. We're doing some stuff with the 2D engine that needs testing. One thing we're going to add, I can mention, is a little more modability for the player icons. I think we just got that working in this build. I haven't tested it yet, but you'll be able to add in, instead of having just the standard little number on a circle, you can come up with pretty much whatever you want to show on those, show as an icon. So that should increase the modability of that significantly. And then we got a couple other new bonus things coming in as well right now. And I'm hoping we might be able to fit in a little bit more before we're done with this update. So that will be coming up month-ish, maybe 3 weeks, a month. I'm not entirely certain. Depends on how a couple of things go. But there'll be that one, and there'll be at least one other big update at the trading deadline, which is April now. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll probably be letting you know a few more details of that in the next few weeks. So I think that's about it. Thanks for coming out, and we will see you this time next week with Adam's game with the San Jose Sharks, where hopefully he won't get fired.